Prosecutors claim that
She did what?
Richardson's doctors begged her not to harm the baby.
Prosecutors say it was May 6th or 7th when Richardson...
This is when taking the custody of a child away from a parent is so reasonable. Oh my God.
Richardson gave birth to her baby girl, caused her death, burned her body, and then buried her.
She did. She burned the baby. Okay, wait.
When Richardson gave birth to her baby girl, caused her death, burned her body.
What did she do to kill her? Like, she like suffocate her or something? That's horrible, man.
And then buried her in the backyard.
You for real gotta be heartless, like, to do all that. And not just, like, report the death. Like, say if it was an accident, report it as an accident. You have to go to freaking jail for killing a goddamn baby.
High school is a different experience for all of us. While some are shy and just pass through those 4 years with their heads down, there are others who are stars amongst the crowd and have the time of their lives. But today's bone-chilling story is of one such popular high school cheerleader who was charged with a crime that most of us can't even imagine. Carlisle, Ohio, a small town of 5,000 is what anybody would imagine of a small town in America, and the Richardson family was living the idyllic picture-perfect life. Kim and Scott Richardson had a nice house and 2 kids, a boy and a girl, both going to the same high school, enjoying the popular status of a football player and a flyer in the cheerleading squad of their high school, respectively. And for any outsider looking in, the family had it all. Until their world came crumbling down in July of 2017, when their daughter, Brooke Skylar Richardson, who goes by the name Skylar, was arrested on the suspicion of murdering and burying her newborn child in their family house's backyard.
18-year-old cheerleader and honor student Brooke Skylar Richardson.
She killed her baby at 18? What, her baby ruined her career or something? God damn.
Has been accused of secretly giving birth to a baby girl, setting her on fire, and burying her in her backyard just days after dancing the night away at her prom. She has been charged with murder and is currently awaiting
prom night, dumpster baby.
The charge and their daughter's pregnancy and
so
subsequent
sad.
in-house delivery were a revelation to Skylar's parents as well. They knew that Skylar was in a relationship with her boyfriend for a few months now, but the parents knew that they weren't together for long enough to complete a pregnancy. But it was subsequently revealed that Skylar conceived the now deceased baby through a short-lived fling in the late summer of 2016. But this wasn't the first time that the Richardson family was facing problems.
How did they know she's not how did they not know if she was pregnant or not? Because she a pretty skinny girl. This girl right here, pretty skinny. So you would see that bump. How did no one notice for 9 months? Or was it like a what's it called? An early birth?
Due to their daughter. In fact, the issues Skylar had throughout her growing years might have been the contributors to her immensely troublesome predicament. Ever since Skylar was a young girl, she wanted to be a cheerleader, and she went on to do so in her adolescent years. She was a flyer in the squad, which required her to be very flexible and very light, and the pressure Skylar put on herself led to immense
Dang, she got a 6-pack? God almighty.
body image issues. In her off-season, Skylar would binge eat to cope with her low feelings, which then led her to bulimic behavior and exercising twice as hard in training season. In an interview with CBS, Skylar's mom,
Wait, where was the parents at, huh? Where was the parents?
Kim Richardson, recalled that a 12-year-old Skylar would even refuse to eat a piece of gum just because it had 5 calories in it.
12 years old, she wouldn't buy gum because it had 5 calories. I didn't even know gum had calories.
Skylar's severe body image issues led her parents to consulting with doctors, and Skylar was eventually diagnosed with body dysmorphia, a mental health.
I mean, at least the parents were trying, I guess.
Health condition in which the person cannot stop obsessing over small, irrelevant details about their body. And the cycles of health issues continued in Skylar's life.
Good God, you could see her ribs. How skinny was this girl?
Especially throughout her teen years. Many believe that the pressure to be a picture-perfect daughter came from Skylar's parents, especially her mother, Kim. Kim, however, denied these allegations and states that she and her husband didn't care at all about Skylar's body and constantly worried about her health. And things actually started getting better in January of 2017 when Skylar started dating a boy from her school, Brandon. She started gaining a healthy weight and the family was happy. But what they, and even Skylar, didn't even know was that the changes that they were seeing in Skylar's body were due to her unfound pregnancy. But at the time, Skylar was happy in her relationship with Brandon. They were set to
That's
go to
how
the
they
hospital.
didn't
However,
notice.
concerned for her daughter, as any mother would, Kim took Skylar to her OBGYN for a prescription of the birth control pill. And on April 26, 2017, at her doctor's appointment, is when Brooke finally became aware that she was 32 weeks pregnant. And this definitely came as a shock, but was very possible given that throughout Skylar's life, she was known to have irregular periods due to her eating disorders, and naturally attributed the recent absence of her periods to the same past behavior. But her whole
She was fucking.
world changed when she learned that she was less than a month away from giving birth to a child that she was unaware.
How do you not know this? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wouldn't it be like a significant bump in your stomach? I don't know how, like, cause some like if they bigger women, you could not notice that you pregnant. But she was a relatively like skinnier girl. How do you not notice that? But okay, but like, wouldn't it have like an actual hump, or would it like? I'm confused because every pregnancy I've seen, you actually see like their stomach inflate, and you could tell that they're pregnant. It must have been a small ass baby, man.
That even existed. A hysteric Skylar, now panicking in that doctor's office, went on to ask her doctor not to mention her pregnancy to her mother and to give her the prescription for birth
Wait, she was 18. Okay,
control
that makes
as she
sense.
initially went in for. And in a twist of events, the doctor agreed to do so, to keep her little secret. But the doctor only promised to do so only if she came in regularly for prenatal checkups. And it's very important to note here that the doctor later said that she had given the prescription to Skylar prior to knowing that she was pregnant. But in any case, after that checkup with her doctor, and Skylar finding out that she was only a month away from giving birth, she went back home and things went on as is, and Skylar even went to her prom. And on her prom day, Skylar even texted her mom saying how excited she was about being at prom and was amazed about how good she looked. It seemed as though that everything would...
Oh, damn. So she had the kid. So this is how it happened. She had the kid. Then, like, I guess it was like I don't know what happens after you have a kid and you're like skinnier or like whatever. I don't know. But I'm gonna assume she had that weight drop off of her, so she looked a lot better. Like she looked a lot like skinnier or whatever. But
was picture perfect. But after a couple of months after prom, after Skylar graduated high school, in July of 2017, in the middle of summer, the police arrived at the Richardson house with the intent to ask Skylar a few questions about a crime Skylar.
how did they know she was pregnant though? Like how did they know to like go to her and ask her, did you kill your baby?
Might have
How long is this prison sentence for that anyways?
A few hours later, Skylar's oblivious father himself drove Skylar to the police station, and when questioned alone, Skylar got to know the reason for her interrogation.
In a towel. Okay. Did you end up burying her at your house? Okay. Was the shovel or whatever you used, was it at your house?
How did they find out though? Unless the doctor said something, but like I'm pretty sure she's the only one that knew, unless she told somebody else.
Okay.
As it turns out, on May 7, 2017, in the middle of the night at home, Brooke Skylar Richardson had delivered her baby by herself in her bathroom. She claimed the baby was a stillborn, and unbeknownst to anybody, she buried the baby in her house's backyard. And
If it was a stillborn, why the hell is she going to jail for it? I mean, it's still f***ed up, but like...
it was only when she went to collect her prescription that she told her doctor about the whole incident.
Oh. The hell was that? I heard that. What the?
And after this revelation, the police had acted on the call from Skylar's OBGYN, and throughout her questioning, Skylar maintained that the baby was stillborn. But after a few hours, the police let the family in, and they were about to receive the shock of their lifetime.
So you want me to have... You should have just told us.
I know. I mean, kids get pregnant every day. Pregnancy is not the end of the world.
It was the first time that the Richardsons became aware of their daughter's pregnancy, subsequent in-home delivery, and the burial of their grandchild in their backyard that they had no idea about. Meanwhile, the police found the remains of Skylar's deceased daughter in a shallow grave that she had marked with flowers. Subsequently, the police let Brooke go home that day, but when the coroner's report came in, they were shocked beyond belief. The coroner had found evidence of burning on the bones in the baby's remains, and
Holy hell, she burned the. I thought it. She can't.
Skylar was called in again for questioning, but this time she changed her story quickly when pressed by the police. When asked about the burn marks, Skylar admitted that she had tried to cremate the baby, and I quote, just a little.
Cremated just a little. What?
Counsel told him, he said, you have to tell us you're 18. You can't tell us. I tried to cremate the baby just a little. You tried to cremate
The
the baby?
And that admission was enough for the police to arrest Skylar on the theory that she'd suffocated her baby to death.
Everybody, we know a lot more tonight about the Carlisle teen mom, now accused of the horrific crime of killing her newborn and then burning the baby's body.
2 weeks after her arrest, though, Skylar was indicted by a grand jury on 3 counts: aggravated murder, involuntary manslaughter, and endangering children. Skylar then spent a weekend in jail as her parents gathered the $50,000 for her bond money. And as the trial was about to begin, something changed in the Richardson family's favor. The forensic expert that performed the autopsy on the baby's remains claimed that her primary examination was wrong and that there were no incineration signs. And this new development
the fuck?
gave some relief to the defense, but the prosecution still decided to start the trial with the same charges based on Skylar's police interrogations. A year passes, though, and Skylar is on house arrest, and in July of 2019,
Oh hell nah. This baby killing mother shouldn't be in goddamn house arrest. I mean, I'm gonna say this with so much care. I think she should be like. Honestly, wait. Now I rethink it. House arrest is good, long as she ain't having no damn kids. I would not trust this girl with a kid ever.
the prosecution makes an offer to drop the aggravated murder charge if Skylar pled guilty to the other 2. But this could still lead Skylar into a 15-year prison sentence, so Skylar decided to plead not guilty. On September 3rd, 2019, Skylar's case opens to a 12-member jury comprised of 7 women and 5 men. And something in the opening statement of the prosecution shocks the entire room. The prosecutor reads a text Skylar sent to her mom just a few hours after she buried the baby. It said, and I quote, "I'm literally speechless with how happy I am. My belly's back. OMG. I'm never, ever, ever, ever letting it get like this again." And that text message
Yeah, she killed that baby on
shocked
purpose.
the entire room and gave way to social media trials.
Thank you, Jesus. I killed my baby and got away with it. Ridiculous. Are you freaking kidding me? It was murder. She bragged about it. If this was anyone else, they'd be in prison for years.
This then gave the prosecution an advantage and allowed them to build their case around Skylar being a vain person who held her appearance above her dead child's life. But all the witnesses brought in by the prosecution couldn't present any proof that the baby was alive after the birth or that Skylar
Okay.
killed the baby. While the defense's case was getting stronger, they drew the biggest support from 2 expert witnesses, Dr. John White,
Okay.
who explained that due to her eating disorder, Skylar only gained 15 pounds, hence she wasn't visibly pregnant, and that most likely could have caused the baby to die in the womb. The second expert
Probably.
witness, Dr. Jason Baseman, a clinical psychologist, stated that Skylar's answers and the interrogation appeared as if she was just agreeing with the 2 authority figures in
That's why she didn't have a significant baby bump. It's because she was starving herself. That's why.
front of her, given her physical and mental condition. And on September 12, 2019, the grand jury reached its verdict.
She.
With regard to count 1, we, the jury in the above captioned case, find the defendant, Brooke Skylar Richardson, not guilty of the offense of aggravated murder. There
Okay.
appear to be 12 jury signatures affixed.
Okay.
Verdict form 2, involuntary manslaughter. We, the jury in the above captioned case, do hereby find the defendant, Brooke Skylar Richardson, not guilty of the offense of
Okay,
involuntary
okay.
manslaughter. Count 3, child endangerment. We, the jury, find the defendant, Brooke Skylar Richardson, not guilty of child endangerment.
The jury declared Skylar
Okay.
not guilty.
I mean, she's not really guilty. It's just the fact that she didn't tell nobody. It's more like a moral thing, honestly. It's not really like she's a horrible person for this. It's more of just a moral like thing. Like, you didn't tell nobody that you was pregnant, and then you didn't tell nobody that you buried your stillborn in the backyard. It's more of just a moral thing. Like, she's just a scumbag for doing that. It's not. She's not like a murderer. She's not like gonna kill her next child, but it's just it's neglect. It's neglectfulness or whatever it's called. She just neglected the fact to tell anybody, and then she didn't even like consult her parents about it. Nothing. She was just like celebrating because she was like, I don't have to take care of a baby, and I'm skinny again. Like, no.
On these 3 accounts. However, the next day, the judge found Skylar guilty of abuse of a corpse and sentenced her to time served plus 3 years of probation. The judge said, and I quote,
I mean, that is very bad on what she did with that corpse.
Firmly believe, Miss Richardson. In fact, I know in my heart that if you would have made different decisions, Annabelle would be here today. But I think that your choices...
Annabelle? They named the damn corpse? You know what?
Birth, during birth, and after show a grotesque disregard for life. Subsequently, Skylar was then acquitted because the prosecution couldn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Skylar murdered her baby. But many still don't agree with the decision and have a strong doubt about it. The remains of the deceased baby, whom Skylar had named Annabelle, were given to the Richardson family, and she was buried in a private ceremony. While many are doubtful of the decision, and
white privilege. Oh my God. I mean, I'm not gonna say that she did it on purpose, but at the same time, she did it on purpose. I understand the charge for the mishandling of a corpse, but was the reason for her burying the corpse and not telling nobody? Like,
ecstatic and relieved by
Elmo doesn't believe that she did that shit. No, Elmo believes she did that shit to a certain extent.
The bottom line of this case is that a precious life was lost for no fault of its own, and that loss is irreparable.